What's going on, believers? Saitama has an AMA coming up in just a few hours. That falling wedge finally closed off and we broke to the downside. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways.
Hey guys, there's a join button down below, $4.99 for a month. I'm going to release a little bit of content. It's going to be private. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully I'll get a lot of subscribers, and hopefully it'll be a cool thing. All right, guys, as you can see, we hit the end of that falling wedge and broke away to the downside, which led to a cascade of us now falling under 2,000. And you might be asking yourself, why is that happening right now when we are so close to Saitamask? And the answer? Well, that answer is right over here. There is another product that's doing a bang-up job. They're holding AMAs every single day. They've got their user base engaged, and it just so happened that the investors for that have to come from somewhere. So for the moment, a couple of people decided that that's where they want to place their money, and you don't need me to tell you that. I'm sure if you're following transactions and you're following the wallets, then you saw what was happening. You saw what was going on. There's nothing we can do about it. The only thing that we can now do is that AMA, it better have something good, because if it doesn't, then we're probably going to fall to 1,500. And that is going to be a giant cascade because people are feeling a lot more comfortable in other places. It doesn't mean we can't get these people back. It doesn't mean these people wouldn't come back. All right, so guys, you might be wondering why that falling wedge did not break to the upside, because the last bunch of wedges broke to the upside. Well, the reason for that is because you see how this kind of formed a straight line. That had us trending sideways. And generally speaking, when you trend sideways, more often than not, you will break to the downside. When this stick right here has this down momentum here, a little bit more, then there's a bigger channel, which means that there's a lot more trading activity. And if I remove these right now, because they don't matter, then you can kind of look here and you can see this is high volume activity. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for high volume activity because that's where you get reflection. About 2 days ago, that channel closed and we are now just trending along with this low action. And when you see that we did have a pickup in action, it was a bunch of sell-off. So that's how you can kind of gauge what's going on. And that's how you can make maybe your best informed decision. But we're about to drop that $1 billion market cap. I mean, I guess the impetus and the onus is on the dev team to do something right for the investors right now. If not, we got another cascade going down. Until they release a working product, here we are. Moving on. All right, guys, if it sounds like I'm not happy right now, then that would be correct. I'm not happy. I don't want to see the price action to be like this. If you've paid attention to my comment section at any point, then you will notice one very specific thing. And I say, always be faithful, because these guys, and remember this, it was not that long ago, there was a $7 billion market cap on this product. This is a correction. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking down how some of these charts work and show you how common exactly what's happening with Saitama actually is. When you start to break it down and you take it to like a 1-day chart and you look at it, then you look at this performance all the way through here, all the way coming up to October 10. You're basically up. You're basically way up. If you got in any time through maybe September, then you're in profit and you're at least doubled up on what it is. And this chart goes way up, then it comes back down. It's got a little bump here, then it's coming down here, and this is a test. And if you start to look at these charts and you start to pay attention to the way they run, then you'll notice that that's basically how they go. So there's a lot of people that want a lot of good things for Saitama. And when I say that, I don't just mean the investors that are in a Telegram chat or people that you know. There's a lot of people. This 321,000 number, that's a myth. because there was so much activity and trading activity that there is dust in probably 50,000 wallets, 60,000, maybe even up to 100,000 wallets of people who just have a very small amount of negligible Saitama, because that's how the reflection process works. And that's why major exchanges don't list the reflection tokens, because that whole reflection process leads to a small level of deception in the amount of holders that you have, and they're not equipped to deal with it by wrapping with USD. So it's a complicated process. Yeah, the difficult thing here is this is every chart that you've ever looked at, and you can go through them all, and you just kind of see this is the way that it is. This is going to go back up. Have a little faith. Trust that the process will work itself out. The people complaining the most, and let me be clear about that, the people that are complaining the most are the day or swing traders, or the people who never follow my advice and buy a dip and play a dip. It's very simple at any point right here to have played this, got in at 3,000, got back out while we were spiking back up to 8,000, just the earlier part of this month, and then let the rest ride. And even if you're down, you're not really down. So it's a very simple process. It's just a lot of people are not doing it. And I talk to people every day. They're putting their entire bag in stuff. And guys, just don't do that. Put something in, let it run. If it goes up, put a little bit more in. Yes, it will cost you profit, but you can't just get the slam dunk on everything. Invest wisely, do the smart things. But guys, here's the important part. The important part is at 11 o'clock today, Central Standard Time, there's an AMA. You can check Telegram. I believe it's going to be pinned in there. I'm still not in Telegram, by the way, but I believe it's going to be pinned in there. Or if not, then it will be pinned on Twitter. And then from there, I think we're going to get an update on what's going on with Saitamask, and hopefully the announcement will be that we are launching, because if that happens, then you will start to see this price rocket upwards, and you will start to see some of these other prices start to tank a little bit, because the people who are in those are going to be like, oh no, I don't want to miss out. Something big is going to happen. So that's my time, guys. Let's hope for the best this weekend. This was not financial advice, but I was always right.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to